The main storyline surrounding the San Francisco 49ers has been regarding defensive coordinator Steve Wilks and his transition from the booth to the sideline. We already heard Kyle Shanahan speak to the media and kind of give some information about it, but he joined KMBR and talked to Tolbert and Copes to really discuss what Steve Wilks' role is going to look like on the sideline and what really is going to be different from the booth to the field with the players. So take a listen right here as Kyle Shanahan joined KMBR.
I thought when you said that Steve Wilks was gonna move down to the sidelines and you were asked about it, I thought you were gonna say, "Why'd you do it?" So you'd stop asking me the damn question. That's why. Talk about the conversation maybe a little bit with him and deciding to do that.
Oh, it's something we talk about a little bit all the time because, I mean, I always used to when I was a coordinator. There's things you want to be on the field for. There's things you want to be on the box for. It goes both ways. So whatever you do, there's pluses and minuses to both of it. But it's actually not that big of a deal. I think that's kind of the thing. Everyone talks about it so much and what's going to be the difference, and nothing. He can go up and talk to a person face-to-face if he wants, but that's not something that happens a ton in games. It's about the preparation you do in the week. It's about getting everybody coordinated on the same page in the groups. It's not sitting there and just motivating an individual. That's what you do throughout the week. You guys are out there doing their jobs and trying to focus on a ton of things. So I think the whole thing on the sidelines is a little bit overrated. But it is nice to be down there, to be able to, I mean, I was in the box 1 year as a coordinator, and I loved it. I would always want to be up there. It's just so much easier with a desk, a chair to focus and write all your thoughts out and be able to organize everything. Well, it's stuff you can't do on the sideline, especially in bad weather. But there are times where it's like, man, I need to talk to this dude. And it's not quite the same when they get on the phone and call you up there. And it's not always quite the same when you usually just talk to a position coach, and the position coach gets the word to them, and they learn it, and then they go out there and they try to do it better the next time you call it, and then you watch the film all together on Monday. That's why it all doesn't make a huge difference, but I would, Steve and myself, I want to be there with the linebackers a little bit more. You know, I mean, just with Fred and stuff, where all the calls go through, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how he enjoys it. We'll see how Fred is, and we'll take it week by week.
Just circling back real quick to Steve Wilks coming down to the sideline. Does anything change for you and his communication during the game? I don't know how much you talk to him during the game, but what's going to be different about that with him on the sideline?
Zero.
Nothing.
Yeah. Every person I talk to, I do it right through that microphone you're seeing. The same way I'm talking to you guys right now. You know, it's very rare I'm going to go up and turn the microphone off and just, I mean, when I talk to guys, usually it's in front of all the coaches because you want people to hear the information. So if I am talking to Steve, he's been in the box, so I haven't had a choice. But when I've talked to anybody, whether it's the box or the sidelines, I want the other position coach to hear what I'm saying to the D coordinator or what I'm saying to a receiver coach or anybody, because everyone does relate together, and you're trying to hit individual parts of a group, but it's all about collectively how you guys play together. So whatever coaching points or things you're telling people, you want the other people on the staff who are relaying stuff to their groups to be on the same page.
Is it weird if a guy's like 5 feet away from you and you're talking through a headset?
It is really weird. And then I have sometimes guys aren't that used to talking, you know, because if you don't have to call plays and stuff and everything, or you don't get on there that much unless something bad has happened. So a lot of times I'll have a guy run down to start talking to me, and I'm far away, and I just look at him. I'm like, will you just push your button? I can hear you. You can go back with everyone else. Just push the button. And then they're like, oh, yeah, that's right. Push it, and then we can talk.
I really like the kind of inside look at what it's like being on the sideline from coach's perspective, and kind of like what it's like for the communication process and discussing some of the benefits that you could see from Steve Wilks moving from the booth to the sideline. But Kyle Shanahan also kind of is discussing it in the same way that Steve Wilks talked about it today, just really saying it's not that big of a deal. But obviously the 49ers needed to make a change, and this is one of them. So we'll continue to see how this all goes moving forward. Hopefully the defense takes a big step forward against the Jags to help the 49ers to a much-needed win this weekend. But you should go and listen to the full interview on KMBR.com in the podcast section, link in the description below, because Kyle Shanahan actually kind of provides some insight into some questions that I had about the way he manages games, the way he uses timeouts, and he actually provides some insight I'm not sure I've ever heard before regarding why they managed the Super Bowl halftime, heading into halftime the way they did. And he kind of provides some insight that it makes sense, actually. So definitely take a listen at that. Go to the link below in the description and take a listen. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.